If you thought that was bad, the last two parts of all that dick punching, missing the playoffs, or even before that choking in the playoffs, you have seen nothing.
Carlos Guillen is also a fad. He can go on to the Tigers where he becomes a core contributor to playoff teams. We also have this Mike Cameron thing that we can toss along with him.
Those moves actually hurt the Mariners more than you were ever going to think. Like, I remember at the time, I thought getting rid of him was like, meh. At least we got Rich Aurelia and Randy Wynn can play center field, and we got Raul Ibanez, right? This is still going to work out. But no, actually, losing Mike Cameron was actually that devastating because although he didn't exactly have the bat to replace Griffey, he still had the speed and the defense to almost more than make up for it. But from what I heard, the management was really obsessed with his strikeouts, so they let that get in the way of not giving him a contract extension.
Great news, boys! Your contending window is slammed shut in your face! You're terrible again! No reason to pretend to like these old guys. Get the fuck out of here! What has John Olerud done for me lately?
Oh, that 2004 season. Ugh. Just watching them lose consecutively at the beginning of the season was just not fun at all. That was like the first time I ever watched a team, especially my favorite team, actually like be bad. Like, it was just so shocking to me because I was just so used to watching the Mariners win at least 90 games and then have it to be the complete opposite. Like, I was like, wait, what is this? Like, I'm not used to this. As you can tell, I didn't even go to a game. That's how bad it was. And you know what? This is exactly where you have the right to call me a bandwagon fan. But hey, I was at least still paying attention, listening to the radio and watching it on TV once in a while and actually paying attention.
You know who hasn't done anything for us lately? Heathcliff Slocum. Who were those two prospects we gave up for him again? Jason Varitek and Derek Lowe. Two key contributors to the Red Sox World Series push. Don't you worry, we would have ruined them if we kept those two anyway. At least Jose Cruz didn't turn into much. Unlike this David Ortiz cat. Now where the fuck have I heard that name before?
I'm telling you, the Mariners not only built the Yankees dynasty, and I may have already said it before in this video, but they also built Boston's dynasty. They built the dynasty of the Yankees and ended Boston's curse.
Congratulations, you have successfully wasted the career of Edgar Martinez. You also wasted a record-breaking season for Ichiro. It's the other consistent trait of Mariner baseball besides dick punching.
It was really sad to watch Edgar Martinez not be able to win a World Series with the Mariners, and Ichiro with his hit record didn't really turn into anything at all. But there was a funny story. So I just got this game called Star Wars Battlefront, like the actual good Battlefront, not the EA one. Forget about that game. But I remember I was trying to shuffle between playing that game and watch that Mariners game. Of course, I missed the 258th hit because I was so focused on Battlefront because the game was just that good. If only it was the EA version of it, I guess.
New GM Bill Bavasi is doing things. Bold things, in fact. Look at them catch the big fish of Adrian Beltre and Richie Sexson. It's a new age of baseball in Seattle.
I was really hoping that it was going to be a new era, and maybe at the time I was thinking maybe that's what Bill Bavasi is up to, actually signing really good players. And at the time I was really excited. I thought Richie Sexson and Adrian Beltre would actually get something going for the Mariners.
The statement is correct. The only leading the Mariners do are in drug suspensions. Just don't waste Felix Hernandez like you did those before him.
Felix Hernandez was actually fun to watch that season. Like, he was actually showing what he could be, and it was actually the most exciting that I saw ever since Randy Johnson. But wait, I never really was old enough to actually remember watching Randy Johnson.
It's just like you wasting the third overall pick on Jeff Clement. Just like Mariner hopes he rakes through AAA only to punch the Major League team in the dick. He doesn't develop whatsoever. Prevent this in the future, please.
Punching the team in the dick within the minor league system. Yep, that's exactly what Bill Bavasi was really good at. And there is much more to come in terms of dick punching.
Uh-oh, Mount Ichiro erupted outside of Japan thanks to poor team culture and god-awful leadership by Mike Hargrove. Let's cure these horrible ailments by signing a bunch of random dudes.
Yeah, Jared Washburn, yeah, he was really garbage. Carl Everett, yeah, he was pretty bad. You know, the man that doesn't believe in dinosaurs. And then Matt Lawton, who didn't even play for the Mariners. And here's the other twist of that story with Carl Everett. So the White Sox had Carl Everett and Frank Thomas for that 2005 season, and they were both let go for free agency. So here's what happened between those two. So Mariners signed Carl Everett to a contract that was worth $4 million in a season. Frank Thomas was signed at a base of $500,000 with an incentive of making up to $2.6 million. And Frank Thomas obviously outplayed Carl Everett. And man, Bill Bavasi, like, you definitely got outbeamed by the Billy Bean.
Nope, still total diarrhea.
So the Mariners were actually decent in that 2006 season. They were at least hanging around for the AL West, just behind Oakland. So there actually was some little bit of hope.
Why the hell do the Indians keep calling about our shitty prospects? First they wanted this Drupal Cabrera, now they want this Shin-Soo Choo kid. They're gonna be nothing. Go to Cleveland and die like everything else.
So Asdrubal Cabrera was actually traded for Eduardo Perez, a part-time designated hitter basically, who basically did nothing for the Mariners. And then the Mariners traded away Shin-Soo Choo for Ben Broussard, who basically played backup first baseman behind Richie Sexson. And here's a fun fact. So right after that trade, the Mariners were playing the Cleveland Indians, and Shin-Soo Choo played in his major league debut, and Shin-Soo Choo actually got to play against the Mariners, and he hit a home run off of Felix Hernandez, and the Mariners lost 1-0. So the Mariners basically traded their way to lose. Great job, Bavasi.
The Mariners once again do this adding thing the competitive teams try to do. It helps, but Mike Hargrove is somehow still here. He finally got the hint by means of Ichiro and committed seppuku outside of the stadium gates. Ichiro then agrees to a 5-year extension. These are completely unrelated events.
It was completely unrelated, really? No, not at all. So yeah, it turns out that Mike Hargrove and Ichiro didn't get really along with each other, and I kind of noticed this. It was when Mike Hargrove actually moved Ichiro to center field, so I guess there was a little bit of beef going on there.
This self-sacrifice galvanizes the team to be within one game of the division lead in mid-August. We got extra protection this time, too.
I wouldn't count on extra protection for a 2007 Bill Bavasi run season.
The Mariners add brass knuckles to amplify pain to the dick punching. Losing 15 of 18 is a blow few can recover from.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's exactly what they did.
This team needs the final pitching pieces to get them over the top. We need bona fide workhorses. Let's take our time like Eric Bedard does between pitches and acquire him for a massive sum. Carlos Silva, too. We shall pay him the bounty he deserves.
I remember those two moves right at the time, and my friends were like so excited about it, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I mean, 2007 just felt too fluky back then. And I noticed that the 2007 Mariners, after that season, they let Jose Guillen go, who was actually doing pretty well at right field. And then they replaced him with Brad Wilkerson, who did nothing. And then Eric Bedard was basically unavailable throughout 2008 and 2009 and going forward. He didn't really do much. And then Carlos Silva, they paid him all that money to suck.
Let's see how your promising season has gone so far. Can you guys please stop with the ball busting for one goddamn moment?
Yeah, that season was so embarrassing to watch. It was just pain to watch. Just watching them lose games, and they were losing games by a massive sum.
I remember Richie Sexson, the big bopper who was supposed to solidify first base. Turns out he declined rapidly and has become an immovable albatross who could neither hit nor field. We can fix this, just need a body bag and an unsuspecting car to throw into the ocean. He can lie next to the incompetent Bill Bavasi.
Well, to be fair, there was actually one highlight that Richie Sexson had with the Mariners in 2008. Check it out.
Property of the Boston Red Sox. Look out. Whoa, hey now. This'll get something started. Whoa. Holy moly. This is not the spark I was looking for.
At least he got into a fight. And then Bill Bavasi getting fired. That was about time. It took way too long for the Mariners to do that. And, it really wasn't fair. So the management of the Mariners claimed that they didn't really have money to spend throughout the 90s and then the early 2000s when they actually had really good players and decent general managers. But they somehow had money for Bill Bavasi. Right. Great.
What other chaff do we have to burn through? Jose Vidro? That dude sucks and we're paying him $8.5 million per year? How god-awful was Bavasi?
Jose Vidro was so bad that the only thing that you could probably search out of him with the Seattle Mariners was literally that commercial.
The failure lasts all year long. $100 million payroll, a 101 loss season, league laughingstock. Who the hell knew that spending money doesn't work if you just throw it around aimlessly?
Only the Mariners would make that possible. And that is it for now. We have the final part of the video. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.